Well, selling the old duck boat. It's been a long time coming. Had a lot of good hunts out of it. I guess I've owned it 6 years, bought it new. First boat I've ever bought new. And it's been a good boat. Just fact of the matter that I think last year I used it 3 times. One for the duck hunt, didn't kill any ducks. I went fishing out of it 1 time, and then we bow fished 1 time. Got a few bow fishing like that. Three times a year, just not gonna justify it. Plus, I've got this now. I'm getting my messy shop, so I'm hoping to do a little more fishing. Maybe get a little more fishing videos out. Really hoping to get on some crappie. Actually going out today, it's 40 degrees right now. I'm fixing to take this out and see if we can get on some fish. It's a bitter pill to swallow because I love duck hunting and I love my boat. Just a lot of things right now in the state are bad. There hadn't been ducks here in 4 years like that we used to see. 4 or 5 years probably. I know 7, 8, 10 years ago when we were hunting, we didn't know what we were doing. We were still killing a lot of ducks, seeing a lot of ducks, and didn't know what we were doing and have near as good stuff. So their numbers are just down. I don't know if they're getting hung up in Missouri or if they're just not getting pushed down because it's not getting cold up there. I don't know. And that's a whole nother discussion, but they're not coming to Arkansas either way, at least like they used to. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of people killing ducks. This isn't a woe is me video. There's a lot of people killing ducks. There's a lot of places that have good duck numbers. Unfortunately, most of them are private, and you're paying a lot of money to hunt it. You own a lot of land, and that's how you're getting to get some of those ducks. It seems like opening weekends are going to be good, and then the very end of the year, maybe the last 2 weeks are good. So that's why here lately we haven't been even hunting kind of this mid-stretch because there's just not any ducks. I drove around and scouted one day and saw 2 fields with some ducks in them. They were private, of course. And then the next day, Game and Fish put out a post saying most ducks they've seen in the area in 5 years or something like that. No, because I just drove through there. They're not here. So all that to say, I'm getting rid of the duck boat. There's just no point in it at this time. I'll get another one someday, but for right now, it's just we're not killing ducks. So hopefully that means going to be some more fishing going on. Still got the Honda. I still do some private land stuff. I still do some public land. We got a lot of walk-in. Planning on putting that Rambo to use on some walk-in areas. The state's got a lot of good walk-in stuff. So all that to say, duck boat for sale. All right, so the new owners of the old duck boat here are going to come pick it up tomorrow. So I wanted to do one last thing before I send it on its way, and that was an update on the hydroturf. That was a real popular video, was installing the hydroturf and kind of the headache of dealing with hydroturf and getting the patterns to match up. So I want to do kind of an update on that for the people that might have watched that video. And I think at the time it was around 30,000. So maybe some of you have watched that. Again, the only issue that really bothered me was this seam here. It's one that I have to keep kind of gluing down. It seems like dirt just gets in these areas up here and gets underneath them. So you can kind of see like I have to keep gluing them down. I haven't washed this. I ought to pressure wash it. The first year I had it when we bow fished quite a bit out of here, I pressure washed this, and it would clean up real nice. I hadn't pressure washed it since the last time we bow fished out of it, so it's just is what it is. But this seam still bothers me, and you can kind of see over time the gap's gotten bigger between these 2 pieces. Like when I glued them in originally, they were touching. So there was no gap. Now all of a sudden there's a gap over time. I think it's been 2 years almost. Be 2 years in a couple months. Other seams like this one here, they were fine. They didn't really get a big gap between them. These have stayed the same. They've stayed pretty good. They're not as straight as I wish they were, but they've done a good job. I've had to do a little bit of gluing on some places that catch wind, like this area right here. You can kind of see it's still kicked up a little bit. It needs to be a little more like Gorilla Glue, some kind of expanding glue in there. But these areas catch a lot of wind. That corner there is just a little bit, but not too bad. The rest of this has stayed pretty good. And even back here, stays pretty good. That's good. Trying not to just totally rip it up, but if it's loose, I should know. Same deal over here. These front corners on that one I glued down, it stayed down. Just a little bit there on the tip, but this is all good. Seems like the wind maybe wraps around here and catches these corners a little bit. This area here I glued down. You can kind of see that area is still needing some more. A little loose there, but not freely coming off. Just these areas where the wind's going to come down and catch, they seem to be getting kicked up. This is all good here. Just a few areas, something to think about and keep an eye on. I don't think any of these are loose. This other side over here on this seal, a little loose. Everything else though has done good. It does work. It's quieter, so when you're fishing, if you're walking around in this metal boat, you don't have an issue of the sound. It's much cooler in the boat when you're standing up front fishing. So I do like this. I do like the hydroturf. I will do another when I get another duck boat. I'll do another one. I will hydroturf it. I probably won't use this diamond. May not use hydroturf. I may use another company. But the idea of this foam in here does work, so I do recommend it.